Welcome to Anime Recap. I'm Scott, aka King of Games 1111, and I'm going to talk to you today about One Piece Episode 3, titled Luffy vs. Morgan. Who is the mysterious pretty girl? The episode starts with Luffy dropping in after grabbing swords from Helmeppo's room. He couldn't figure out which sword was Zoro's sword, so he grabbed all three and jumped out the window, just in time for Zoro to be facing the firing squad. The Marines and Axe Hand Morgan are in the prison yard with Colby trying to untie Zoro's restraints. And it's looking desperate. Just as the Marines all open fire, Luffy drops in. He's made of rubber. The bullets bounce right off. That won't work on me. And from there, they continue. Colby and Luffy continue to try to free Zoro. Zoro just says, "Give me my sword." Which one? Any of them. They're all mine. I am the master of three-sword style. And from there, Zoro breaks free. Luffy then says, "Just know that if you accept this, accept your freedom, you are joining my crew." Zoro happily obliges at this point. He has no choice. It's death or join the crew. So, Zoro has joined Luffy. He has made a very, how do you say, he doesn't sound like he's very on Team Luffy right now, per se. That will change. But for now, he says, "I'll join your crew as long as it doesn't take away from my dream. My dream is to be the best swordsman." Luffy says, "Great. The king of the pirates will accept no less than the best." So, from there, the fight is on. Luffy is fighting Morgan. Morgan is absolutely outclassed by this little rubber pirate. They do give a brief little hint about devil fruits, which is what Luffy ate to become a rubber man. It sounds like we're going to get no answers anytime soon. Spoilers. You're not getting any answers anytime soon. It's Lord. No. Anywho, so the fight is on. Morgan and the Marines are completely outclassed by this three-sword wielding awesome guy. Zoro and I, by the way, wearing green today for my boy Zoro. Zoro and I actually share the same birthday, which is great. Love it. November 11th. Amazing. So glad I can share that. Anywho, the fight is on, and just as quick as it's on, it's over. Luffy absolutely mops the floor with Morgan, and just as you think the tide is about to turn when Helmeppo holds Colby to gunpoint and says, "No, you will not finish this fight." Colby says, "My dream is to become a Marine, and I will die trying. Do not let this guy stop you." Luffy says, "Okay," and launches a punch just as Axe Hand Morgan is bringing down the axe. And at the same time, Zoro swoops in and boom, he's gone. Zoro / cuts Morgan to ribbons. It is over. The fight is over. The Marines start cheering and are super stoked that their captain was defeated. He's a bad guy. He threatened everybody. He absolutely was not a good person. And it made Colby kind of second guess his dream to become a Marine. If this is how Marines act, what does that mean? You know? Never meet your heroes. But luckily, he's not deterred. Colby is not deterred. He is more inspired than ever to become a Marine. So now, the celebration begins. They go back, Zoro and Luffy go back to the bar. Rika, the little girl, Her mom owns the bar. They go back there and they're eating, they're drinking, they're having a good time. And the Marines walk in. And the Marines say, for what you've done for us, you stopped Morgan. He's gone. Thank you. We will not be pursuing you for now, but you need to leave. Zoro brings up earlier during the celebration that if Colby's dream is to become a Marine, he might have a bit of a problem because Colby spent the last few years under Iron Club Alvida. So he's been a pirate. So Zoro's point to this is the Marines are going to do a background check on you, and they're going to find out you're a pirate. So Luffy, being a bit of a quick thinker, no thinker, he just decides, I'm going to goad Colby into something. He starts talking about Colby's past, and it gets Colby mad. Colby takes a swing at Luffy, and Luffy absolutely kills him. He just beats him to the point where he's knocked out on his feet. Colby is wasted at this point. And Zoro says, okay, you made your point, and the Marines insist that the pirates leave. Y'all are causing trouble. Go away. Go away. So from there, Zoro says, your plan worked. Everything went well. Colby hears that and, is remorseful. He says, oh man, even at the end of all this, I still needed Luffy's help. I can't do anything for myself. In that point, Colby says, I want to be a Marine. He says to the Marine that is in front of him, please let me join. I will do anything. I want to be a Marine. I want to serve justice. Please let me join. One of the guards behind this Marine, I'm not sure what his rank is, so I'm just going to keep calling him the Marine. You never see him again. He is never mentioned again. Be great if they mention him in the future, or you see him in the future and he's some big shot. That'd be great. But after being told, this kid's probably a pirate, or could be a pirate, Colby says, I'm going to be a Marine no matter what. There is nothing you can do to stop me. And after that, he joins the Marines. He's just allowed to join, which is great. Colby's on his way to fulfilling his dream, just like Luffy is on the way to fulfill his dream. So from there, we go out to sea with Zoro and Luffy. They go into the little dinghy boat that Luffy acquired from episode 1. That Colby and Luffy sailed to this town, and from here there's a little bit of banter between Zoro and Luffy about Luffy's dream. He's very obsessed with, I'm going to be king of the pirates. That's like almost every other sentence you hear from Luffy is, I will be king of the pirates. Which speaks a lot for Luffy. He is determined. He will become king. I believe it. We all believe it. So from here, after the little dialogue between Zoro and Luffy, Luffy starts to reminisce about becoming king and his promise. He made a promise to gather a crew and go to the Grand Line and become king. There's some flashbacks, and if you've seen it and you know where this is going, I cannot wait until episode 4. It's one of my favorites. Introduces some of the best characters. Oh, man. So, from there, part 2 to the title, which is Who's the mysterious pretty girl? Well, you see the redhead girl, we all know her as Nami. If you know, you know. Again, sorry, there are spoilers. Nami is prowling around, and she opens a safe in the Marine base, and in that base, well, in that safe is a parchment paper, looks like a chart. She was looking for a chart of the Grand Line, and instead there was a chart that had a Jolly Roger for one Buggy the Clown. We're going to see about him in the future, not next episode, because next episode is not introducing. Maybe, I think he's in the final little bits. I don't know, we'll see. It's been a while since I've seen season 1 first arcs or so of One Piece. It's been a while. So from there, we kind of conclude today's episode. It is, again, a lot of world building. The Marines, Colby, and everybody start to talk about the Grand Line, the structure of the world. You find out that the sea is separated by something called the Red Line. It's a mountain range. More on that later. Anywho, that is all there is today, and that does conclude this anime recap. If you like this episode and everything, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. What is your favorite episode so far? Like, do you like this episode? Do you like the last episode? Who's your favorite character in One Piece? Mine is definitely Luffy, but my second favorite is Zoro. I don't know if that's fair, but it doesn't have to be the ones introduced so far. It could be future Straw Hats as well, because that does kind of narrow it down to, like, who's your favorite Straw Hat? It's either Zoro or Luffy. Anywho, thank you, as always. Have a great day.